Hi everybody, Mr. Ince here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at another triangle congruence proof. Before I do that, I just want to quickly run down some of the important reasons that I have over here in my tool belt for building proofs. Remember, these are 6 different reasons that you can use, or tools if you will, in order to kind of build these different proofs that you're working on. You can also find that video on my channel as well. Another thing to remember is, what are your options when it comes to proving two triangles congruent? Remember that there are some that you can do. So these are kind of the yes, feel free to use these, where you have side, side, side. You have side, angle, side, angle, side, angle, 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 side, and then finally HL, which as a reminder deals with right triangles only. But there are 2 that you need to make sure that you avoid. These do not guarantee proof of congruence, and that's angle, 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 as well as SSA. You want to avoid those 2. All right, so let's slide over to the proof and see what we've got. You should always take a look at your givens first. So we are given that side WZ is congruent to side WX. As I read through these, I'm just going to kind of add any notations that I feel will help me in the process. So that was that side WZ is congruent to side WX. Next, we are told that side WY bisects side ZX. Okay, so in this one, you're not told directly about congruent sides, but based on the definition of the word bisect, that means that it splits it into 2 even parts. So that means that out of the entire side of ZX, this one here, it was split into 2 even parts, which would be ZY as well as XY. And then finally, I have my eyes on WY here. I know that there's that specific property, which is one of my tools down here. The reflexive property is that a side or an angle is allowed to be stated as congruent to itself. So we're going to note that we are going to refer to that reflexive property for that one right there. Okay, so let's get started. Let's make sure we know how to organize things. I like to always start with the givens when they give us a flat out, just straight up, hey, this side is congruent to that side. That's a nice, easy thing to start with. So it's given that side WZ is congruent to side WX. Next, remember we relied on the word bisect to help us out. So that's a definition that we used. So let's go ahead and state that using the definition of bisect, and now you want to reference what did that allow us to do, and that was this piece right here, is that the definition of the word bisect allowed us to conclude that side ZY is congruent to side XY. And then finally, there was that reflexive property. So that is something that you can just reference. So you could state that using the reflexive property, and now you want to remind the reader of what that did. Well, that allowed us to state that side WY is in fact congruent to itself. And now if you look at what you got, in both of our triangles, we have a side, side, side that is congruent to a side, side, side. So we're going to close this out with kind of our concluding bullet point, which would be that by SSS, or side, 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 comma, and then you can just finish with the proving statement right here for you. So you could state that triangle WYZ must be congruent to triangle WYX. And there it is, completing a congruence proof by side, side, side. Thanks for watching.